Well, the public now has the chance to weigh in on newly drafted model policies regarding the treatment of transgender students in Virginia public schools. Public comment opened today and thousands of comments already coming in. The majority in opposition to this new proposal, but will this have any impact on what's ultimately decided? Our Elizabeth Holmes has the answer tonight. Elizabeth, what'd you find out?
Well, Leland, I spoke with a law professor at the University of Richmond. He says because of these opposing ideas and comments, he does not think that it'll lead to significant change. That's because these policies are supposed to be guidelines, not law. Thousands of comments are coming in as Virginians speak their mind about the proposed 2022 model policies, giving parents more control over how their student is identified in school. Comments in support of the policies, like this one, saying transgender students need their parents' support, are few and far between. Hundreds saying this will harm trans kids if parents control how they'll be identified and if they can receive in-school counseling. One medical professional explains why.
In a perfect world, children have a supportive environment both at school and at home. Unfortunately, we know that there are parents, for whatever reason, would not be supportive and may even reject the child. And we know that children who experience that type of rejection because of their gender identity are 8 times more likely to attempt suicide. And that's a very frightening statistic for us.
The VDOE telling CBS 6 staff will, quote, recommend any edits or revisions to the draft that are warranted. Once revisions are made, they must be approved by the state superintendent.
When they issue their final policy, if they want to keep the policy as is, they need to respond to those concerns and explain why, despite those concerns, they think this is the best policy.
University of Richmond law professor Jack Price says he does not expect massive changes to come before the approval, citing vague laws for transgender rights in schools.
The Youngkin administration has made a different sort of judgment on sort of at a very basic level of what it means to be trans and what trans rights are. And that is not something that the comments necessarily are going to pierce in a particular way. So I don't expect it will change very much.
What he does expect, however, are lawsuits against school districts who do adopt the final policy for potential violations of Title IX or the Virginia Human Rights Act.
The goal of this document is to persuade local school districts who may not have expertise on trans kids to pursue a particular approach to treating those kids. Just because this document encourages that particular approach does not mean that school districts are insulated from lawsuits. I expect a lot of students or parents of students will file lawsuits challenging the decisions that the local districts make. And it's irrelevant whether or not the local district made that decision because of the model policy or any other reason it might have made that decision.
Now, per Virginia code, school boards will either have to adopt policies that are consistent or more consistent with the approved policy. Price says that approved policy could come within the next 60 to 90 days. Working for you, I'm Elizabeth Holmes, CBS 6 News.
All right, thanks so much.